Well, hello members, this is another edition of the Cradle to Grave series where we pick two or three stocks. We continue to watch those stocks from the time that we put the trade on up until the time that we give it up and decide that it's not worth being in anymore. And so what we're going to do here is look at the ones we're in, GLD, EFX. Those two stocks we've been in for a while. They still are good setups. Still need to be in those positions, and we are. And I'm going to take on one extra one that we just put on. We put it on in anticipation of the breakout on Friday on the employment number. It was a good setup, and that was in the healthcare sector, and I'm going to go over that one and why we did it and what we're trying to do with it. Gold, let's start with gold. Now, gold actually should have traded off on that employment number, right, with the ideal that the Fed might raise interest rates and that would dampen the investment interest in gold, but it didn't. And when you see that kind of action, it's just simply telling you that that chart is much stronger than you think. So gold trades down, or attempts to, reverses, going to test the highs again. If you look at it on a weekly basis, actually gold has in a big ABCD structure of the top side. And let's draw it out while we're here. And so if I go back, I have to go all the way back to, looks like this point right here. That's the A point. And then what I do is I look for a position where we get a high, and then we end up getting a lower high, lower low, which we did on this particular bar there. And then we draw it down, right? We say that's our B point, right? So that's our A, our B, and now our C. And then the structure projects to the upside. How far? Well, you just take the measurement. Take the low here, 101.31. Take the high over here. That's 122.31. So that's essentially 21 points. Add 21 to the bottom. That gets you 136. Where we're at, 130.52. So another 6 points potentially in this structure still to go. Volume, great on this move up. That's what you want to see. And so I can't see anything wrong with gold, and I see no reason to leave that position yet. And so we just hold it and continue to ride it on the way up. If we look at the next stock that we're in, have been holding EFX. Equifax, right? Nice big move up, big strength. You don't have the buildup in the volume here that would be nice to have, but you do have a good strong breakout that's continuing, and you don't even have an ABCD structure at this point. This high, 129.27, you get a higher high on the next one, so you don't have a B point on ABCD structure on the daily. If you pull over to weekly, you do, but that structure is huge on the way up. One of the reasons we took this stock some time back was because of the strength that was exhibited on this stock on the way up. So you got a B point here, C point down here now, and you can project that one, and it's a long way to go still. So there's no reason to even think about leaving this particular stock. The one that we took on and that I'll start to track now is the XLV. And let me pull that up and I'll show you what I was looking at there. This one more is a trading position. We're coming into earnings, so there's no reason to be loaded up on particular stocks in front of earnings in those stocks. But if we look at XLV, ABCD structure, nowhere to be seen yet on the daily. In other words, you're just pushing up and you break over the highs. So we got the nice push breakout on Friday. Here is what I was really looking at, and that is the weekly and the potential for multiple swing point breakouts over multiple time frames. You got this line in the sand. On Friday, you can see with this red bar, you actually got over that swing point, and that swing point. So you broke 3 of them on the weekly. That also was the ledge from back here that was holding this back. I expect this one's going to try to shoot straight up, hit that high. It's around 77.30 or so. We're sitting at 72. Let's get the number, 73.69. We got into this at 72-ish. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to shoot for a move from 72 to 77. It's a 5-point move, about 8%, 7 to 8%. I think that's a good-looking setup. I like the way this one was set up. That's why we traded it. We're looking for that kind of a push, and we'll evaluate it as it gets towards those highs and decide if there's anything more to be had. If you pull it back on a monthly, that was the top, the breakdown bar up there, 77.27. So that's the target on the way back up. That's the way it looks this week in terms of the Cradle to Grave series. Still looking good on all fronts. Stick with what's working and continue to work them. That's the way you're supposed to trade them. Have a great one. See you next time. Bye.